Welcome to Making Sense of English. Today's topic is love languages. What is a love language? How can knowing someone's love language improve your relationships? What common mistake are you making when talking about loving someone? Well, maybe not you, but it's a mistake I often hear from my Korean students. You'll learn all this and more in this video. In this video, you'll learn the most common issue in any relationship, 6 common idioms, how to improve your relationships, all about the 5 love languages, a common mistake you might be making, and one of the best ways to improve your English. Love languages. What are they? What's yours? Do you know? It's super fascinating to learn about. It really helps you understand unintentional breakdowns in communication with those you love. And it helps you learn to give and receive love in more effective and meaningful ways. Perhaps even more important than knowing your MBTI is knowing your love language. If you're not seeing eye to eye with someone, it could be because you're speaking different love languages. Dr. Gary Chapman is an author, speaker, and marriage counselor who wrote a series of books on the 5 love languages. I'll link to the love languages website in the description below. In this video, I'll introduce you to the key concepts, explaining some vocabulary that you'll hear in the love language video, and tell you the most common issue in any relationship and how to prevent it. I'll also tell you the common mistake I often hear my students make and what you can say instead. Oh, and in case you're wondering, to see eye to eye means to agree with someone. There are 5 love languages. By learning about the love languages, you will be able to identify common communication problems, understand when someone is trying to show their love, connect more deeply with those you love, and communicate your love more clearly. If you decide to watch the video explanation on Dr. Chapman's website, you'll hear some idiomatic language. These are all common expressions in spoken English. I've linked to Dr. Chapman's video in the description, but first, let's look at the vocabulary and idioms that you'll hear in the video. First, to be on the same page. If you're on the same page with someone, you understand and agree with them. You see eye to eye. In times of difficulty, some couples are not only not on the same page, they're not even reading the same book. 2, to miss the mark. If you miss the mark, you fail to achieve something you are trying to do. This idiom comes from archery and failing to hit your target with an arrow. Sometimes we try to express our love in ways that miss the mark because the person we love has a different love language and doesn't feel loved by our expression of love. This is a communication issue. The third expression is rocky start. If something has a rocky start, it is a difficult start that is not good. Like a rocky terrain, there are many obstacles to overcome. If your relationship gets off to a rocky start, the 5 love languages might help you smooth it out. Finally, to pour through. To pour through something is to read or study it with great attention. Dr. Chapman poured through years of session notes as a marriage counselor and discovered 5 categories that answer the question of what someone in a relationship wanted when they weren't feeling loved. Let's look at his results and the most common issue in any relationship. I'll also explain the meaning of to fall flat, which is our final idiom. The most common issue in any relationship is the communication barrier. Different people with different personalities give love and receive love in different ways. The 5 love languages are 5 ways we give and receive love, which is a form of communication. If our love language doesn't match someone we are in a relationship with, whether someone we're dating, our parents, siblings, children, coworkers, or friends, then we may experience difficulties in the relationship. However, we can learn someone's love language and improve our relationships. Everyone has at least one primary love language that they prefer above the others. The 5 love languages are acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, words of affirmation, and physical touch. Next, I'll give some examples of each love language. understanding how to apply the 5 love languages will help you prevent the common issue of failed communication when it comes to love. If your loved one's love language is acts of service, they feel loved when you do something for them. It might be something helpful or something thoughtful that shows them you care about them and understand them. For example, fixing something, cooking, cleaning, doing the dishes, or making someone a cup of tea or coffee. For people whose love language is acts of service, actions speak louder than words. Receiving gifts is a love language that is easy to understand. In our consumerist world, it might also be the most overused love language, which can result in failed communication if it's not someone's primary love language. Gifts do not always have to cost money or be expensive. Sometimes it really is the thought that counts if this is someone's love language. If it's not, even an expensive gift can fall flat. If something falls flat, it fails to produce the intended effect. It is not successful. Some people experience love through spending quality time together. There are many ways to spend quality time together. Spending time doing something you both enjoy makes the quality time together even better. Examples of quality time are having a conversation, taking a walk, and playing a game. The key to quality time is giving someone your full and undivided attention. Don't check your phone. Don't look at your watch. Let's think about a specific example of a busy person who often works overtime. Coming home early and prioritizing time with a loved one who values quality time is a sure way to communicate love. Words of affirmation are words that communicate positive feelings. They could be words of encouragement like, "You can do it," or compliments like, "You did an amazing job." A child whose love language is words of affirmation feels love when their mother or father or teacher or someone else says, "I'm proud of you." You'll find a free PDF in the description below with 25 examples of words of affirmation that you can use in your relationships. And remember, this is something that can improve all your relationships. It is not limited to friends and family. Employees whose love language is words of affirmation will be happier and work harder if they know they are appreciated. I've included 5 examples on the free PDF below that you can use at work for a total of 30 affirmations, along with some extra examples for specific situations. Holding hands, hugs, and other types of physical affection make some people feel loved. Of course, this is one that you have to be careful with in order to avoid unwanted touch. Appropriateness is extremely important. Physical touch at work is generally not okay. There are not many situations in the workplace where physical touch would be appropriate, and it must always be consensual. This means you should ask permission first. Examples of physical touch in the workplace that might be permissible include high fives, handshakes, and fist bumps. Still, be very careful, as in many cases these are not appropriate, and unless you know someone's preferences, you should completely avoid physical touch in the workplace or any situation where you do not know someone well. Here is an example showing my results. My #1 love language is words of affirmation. I also like quality time. As you can see, receiving gifts is not one of my love languages. If I had to choose between love and money, I'd choose love because I experience it without the need for money. Luckily, I'm married to someone whose love languages are very similar to mine, so we are very compatible, and it's very easy for us to express our love with words of affirmation and quality time. Are you ready to take the test and learn more about your love languages? Before you take the test, if you haven't already done it, think about these questions. What do you think your primary love language is? Which of the love languages do you think is lowest on your list? In addition to taking the love language test, you can watch videos on Dr. Chapman's website that show each of the 5 love languages. You can find the videos in the Learn section of his website. The videos are easy to understand because they're animations with no words, so there is no language barrier. Next, I'll teach you the common mistake to avoid when talking about someone you love. When we're talking about someone we love, we do not use the word lover in English. Why not? because in English, the meaning of lover is sexual and is often used to indicate someone is having an affair. An affair is a sexual relationship outside of your relationship or of your marriage if you're married. So instead of calling someone your lover, you can call them your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your significant other, or if you're talking about the people you love in general, your loved ones. I should mention that it is common to use the word lover to talk about our interest. We can say someone is a cat lover, a dog lover, a book lover, or a nature lover. Don't worry, there's nothing sexual about this use of lover. Context is very important in English. In this case, it does mean someone who has a strong liking for something. I know, English is weird. You can find a link to the quiz in the description below this video. Here are some questions for discussion after you take the quiz. Comment below with your thoughts about the 5 love languages, and if you're comfortable doing so, answer one of these questions. First, what's your primary love language? Which love language is lowest on your list? Do your results confirm what you thought before you took the test? Were you right about your primary love language? What about your lowest percentage? Do you agree or disagree with your results? I was not at all surprised by my results. I can think of many examples from my life that support them. I'm very thankful to have a job where I often receive words of affirmation from students. Admittedly, I would enjoy more words of affirmation from my employer and fewer gifts that I just pass on to someone else. It's interesting that so many employers don't seem to understand the money-saving value of understanding and applying the 5 love languages. For many people, simple words of appreciation like, "I appreciate the work you do," go a lot further than a gift set of Spam and cooking oils. I hope learning about the 5 love languages was helpful. It's a great topic of conversation for maybe a second or third date, or when you're having difficulty in a relationship. Taking the test can bring greater understanding to conflict in any relationship. By understanding someone's love language, including your own, and trying to communicate love in a way that can be received, you will build happier, closer, and stronger relationships. It might even help you love yourself more. And if words of affirmation are your primary love language, be sure to speak kindly to yourself and say positive things. You deserve to feel loved. And remember, it's not just about love. Dr. Chapman has an entire site dedicated to the love language in the workplace. I'll drop a link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. I'd love to hear what you think about the 5 love languages, so please leave a comment below. And if you want more videos like this one, subscribe to get notified when I post new videos. These types of videos, which connect English to an interesting topic, can be found in the playlist Awaken English. One of the best ways to improve your English is by connecting English to your interest. If you love soccer, find videos related to soccer. If you love history, find content related to history. If you love learning English, find a teacher you like. It may or may not be me. It's totally okay if it isn't me. Of course, if it is, I hope you've subscribed. I hope you'll interact with me in the comments because, as you know, words of affirmation are my love language. They motivate me to keep making videos for you. I'm confident that whatever your interests, you can find videos or podcasts related to it. Why is connecting English to your interests one of the best ways to improve your English? Because it greatly increases your motivation. The more motivated you are, the more time and effort you'll make. The more time and effort you put in, the more you'll improve. If you'd like to extend this lesson on love languages and get some listening practice, I've put a link in the description below to a lesson plan by Lingua House. You can choose between listening to British English or American English. That's all for now. If you've made it this far, please like, comment, or subscribe. Never stop learning.